Hi, I'm John Metcalf. In this video, I just wanted to give a quick overview of my training philosophy with regards to every set counts, every workout counts, every rep counts. So it's probably going to help just have a quick overview of the overload principle, which you can find in any exercise physiology textbook. So if the exercise stimulus is intense enough and there is sufficient recovery, then we'll end up with optimal supercompensation. Okay, so there's two phases to the recovery. There is the kind of immediate re-establishment of homeostasis, i.e. getting the heart rate back down, the breathing rate back down, restoring muscle glycogen, getting the temperature back to normal. And then there's the tissue remodeling phase, which is the increase in the muscle tissue. All this recovery takes time, and I typically need 3 to 4 days of recovery after a strength training session. Otherwise, I will not be fully recovered and be able to generate the requisite exercise intensity for my next strength workout. So if I was to train any sooner, my performance would stagnate or plateau, and then effectively that workout wouldn't have counted. However, if this overload principle is applied correctly and there is optimal recovery and there is optimal exercise intensity, then each set should elicit optimal adaptation in the target musculature. In other words, every set counts. So I always record all my workouts in my logbook so that I can monitor my performance in my workouts. And if I don't see this improvement, then I know my recovery needs more attention. So the muscle tissue needs overloading, which is the stimulus, in order for it to adapt. Now, this adaptation or supercompensation is proportional to the intensity or how hard the exercise is. And this, of course, then leads to fatigue. Now, how hard the muscle works is also proportional to how recovered it is. If full recovery is not achieved before the workout, then the correct exercise intensity cannot be applied, and then therefore that has a knock-on effect with regards to how big the supercompensation is. Furthermore, if you're not benefiting from any improvement, what was the purpose of doing the exercise? At best, it's going to compromise your recovery for your next workout, and at worst, it could lead to overtraining. And from my experience, a lot of people are in this situation of being in a performance plateau caused by insufficiencies in recovery and exercise intensity. Erroneously, they often think that more is better and that they now need to increase their training volume. And this just compounds the problem even further. Now, the overload theory is exactly that. It's a theory, and the old adage, in theory, there is no difference between theory and practice, but in practice there is. It applies here. But there are some key things we can take from this. So number one, you are not seeing improvement from one workout to the next. In other words, you're in a training plateau. So this would suggest that you are training too early and that you haven't allowed for sufficient recovery since the last workout. Or it could mean that you've left it too late and you've gone beyond the supercompensation curve and your fitness has returned to its original level. This is far less common a cause because most people train too early. So number two, if you're actually noticing a reduction in performance from one workout to the next, this would suggest that you really are training too frequently and you've started your workout before you've even recovered to your original fitness level, let alone the supercompensation area. Okay, number three, if you are seeing an increase in performance from one workout to the next, this is the position we want to be in. However, we can still make further tweaks. In my experience, most people are still to the left of optimal, i.e. they are still training a little bit too frequently. So you can experiment here and maybe increase the amount of recovery time and see if your performance increases. Okay, so that's an overview of my philosophy and how I approach my workouts. Every set counts and every rep counts. You should be getting some sort of training effect from every workout. I hope you found that informative. If you did, please like it and please subscribe to my channel.